Can you hear me?
Hear you now.
I don't know what happened. It was like, nope, you ain't going back in. And I was like, well, listen, you're letting me back in.
Well,
Now what do you want to
listen, my whole screen froze up. The whole software system froze up. It wouldn't do anything.
So that's what the problem was then.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me do anything.
Don't forget to hit live chat, like and share again.
Oh my god.
Well,
You
you don't have to like and share, but you
you
know
and
what
your
I mean.
live chat.
Well, yeah,
We might have been cyber attacked.
maybe.
Maybe the Trump admin shut us down.
Yeah, because we were talking about this shit, right? They don't
Yeah,
like that.
just like yesterday when you were talking about it. Hi Peony. Hi Andrea. Hi Bruiser.
I was about to respond, and I can't remember who said it, but they said Jill gets triggered easily. No, you don't even know.
No, Jill does not get triggered easily.
If I'm triggered, look the fuck out.
Jill's back. I feel better. What am I, chopped liver? I feel like, Bruiser, I feel like that's a microaggression coming my way. I have peonies in my backyard, peony, and they're my favorite flowers. I wish they lived longer. We get to enjoy them for a very short time in the spring.
Are we back on TikTok?
Yes, we're back on TikTok.
Okay, I gotta go back in there.
Yes, a peony is a flower. It's a great, big, massive flower that when it blooms, it gets so big you have to keep it, you have to support it, or it'll just lay down on the ground because the flower itself is massive. Yeah, love peonies.
And Peony says peonies are my favorite flowers too, or her favorites too.
Hi, dying breed.
So I think that's what my son planted in my backyard, but I don't know because it'll be the first year if it blooms, and I'm not sure what it is.
It hadn't
He
bloomed
knows
yet.
what it is. No, it'll be no, because it's new back there in my
Ah,
backyard. Yeah.
ours started
So I don't
blooming.
know.
Of course, it's warmer here. Ours started blooming maybe a week ago.
He just put it in last year,
It,
so it's probably gonna start.
it should bloom, yeah. But from this size to like this size, it seems to happen overnight. They get really big really fast, and when they start getting big, you have to stake them up. You have to drive a stick or something next to each flower and keep it tied up, kind of like a tomato plant, because if you don't, the stem is very small. It'll just lay over on the ground and fall to pieces.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good to know because if that's what it is, then
But the flowers are just beautiful and massive in size.
he probably knows what it is. I didn't ask him. He just was explaining it like that, like instead of giving me a name.
Yeah. I don't know how long ours has been in our yard because they were here when we bought this place. And they still bloom every year. We've had them. We've lived here for I think 8 years. But if you don't, that's right. Ants do like them. If you don't
Oh,
get them,
that's
if you don't get them staked
no.
up,
Mm-hmm.
they'll literally fall overnight and you'll lose them. So you kind of have to get them staked up really before they start blooming. because
Well, at least I know that now. Because if that's what it is, I'll ask him if that's what it is. And then I'll know.
and they don't get that tall, so you don't have to. Peony says they use tomato cages when they plant them. So.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hi, Robert
Might
Miller.
do that.
Hi, Nadia.
Hi, Nadia. Hi, Robert. So, it's good to know that ants like them because we have a lot of ants here. So what I'll just do is I'll just take some ant traps and put it right by the flower bush.
You should do that.
I'm going to because there's another plant that the ants were all over last year. I can't remember which one it was, but I was going to do that, and I forgot. I will do that this year. I will feed them ants.
Okay,
Does
so
that
what
sound
about
mean?
huh?
I said, does that sound mean?
No. Microaggression.
Oh my God.
Donald Trump said he runs the world.
Huh.
He said, I run the world.
You said that?
Yeah.
Wow, he's really dreaming.
Yeah, we just haven't brought it up yet. That's something, I think he said that yesterday. I run the world.
He sure is dreaming a lot. No wonder, he called Biden Sleepy Joe. Because he was always sleeping. Makes sense now.
Yes, he said, I run the world. I'm not making it up. Like he said it.
Man.
People are so shocked that he said it. They just keep asking. He said that? Yeah, it's Donald Trump. That's the thing about Donald Trump is surely at this point you can't be surprised or shocked by anything he says. Yes, in the Atlantic, didn't he just say the Atlantic was the worst like a week ago? Because didn't the Signalgate guy work for the Atlantic?
I think so. He said it for some reason, though. I don't know what
Yeah,
it was.
it's because that guy's from the Atlantic. That's why he said that about the Atlantic. Oh, yeah, Candace Owens has turned on Donald Trump and the Republicans. Always the opportunist. I've called Candace Owens an opportunist her entire life that she's been in public.
Yes. Yes. Yes, the Atlantic editor was placed on the Signal chat. Yes. That's why he said it.
Yeah. So anybody that knows anything about Candace Owens would know that she was a liberal before she was a conservative.
Right.
She tried to become a big liberal influencer and she went bankrupt. So she switched sides and made a fortune.
And she did that because she knew it would work.
Yeah, well,
kind of like your grandfather said.
Right.
Yes.
Well, and she also knew that the conservative side didn't have any big African-American influencers that were women.
Right.
She was filling a space, right? And the Milo guy, he's the one that basically launched her career. Milo Yiannopoulos, or however you say his name. I don't hear much from that guy anymore. Anyway, she's now turned on Trump.
Well,
so
I did not know that. I'm going to have to look into that.
On what?
On her turning on him.
Oh yeah, that was the last couple of days. I've seen she's made several videos trashing Trump and his administration. that she's against the deportations. I saw a video she made about illegal deportations. She's very upset about that. She's upset about the tariff thing.
And the reason I don't know this is because I don't pay no attention to her.
I don't either, but she popped up on my For You page on TikTok, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't follow Candace Owens.
Well, I didn't think you did. I'm saying, I figured that's what happened, something like that, like you've seen it somewhere or on something like that. And I did not.
She popped up on my page, and I made the mistake of watching it. And I basically programmed the algorithm. You know, I told the algorithm I like this by watching it for 20 seconds or whatever. Because I was shocked when she popped up and she was trashing Donald Trump. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Next thing I know, I'm just seeing Candace Owens fucking every 5 minutes. Like, you know, so that's how that works.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that is how it works, too.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said last night, now I know how to get rid of the little people corn that keeps popping up on my page.
My God.
What?
So you said that, you know, when you watch it for 20 seconds, it makes it come up. Well, if that keeps coming up, why are you watching them?
What's that?
Little people corn.
I don't know. Why wouldn't I? I mean, isn't that the question?
God.
Obviously, I'm kidding. You can't have that on TikTok, right? You can't even say a dirty word on TikTok.
Right, exactly.
No, Jules, I did not say that. That is not what I said. What do you think Bruiser's FYP looks like? Oh my God. What a shit show that must be, huh?
Definitely no kink. Oh my God. Definitely no kink shaming here, Bruiser. There's definitely no kink shaming. He just said he wanted to get rid of it. So I was asking why he's watching it if he wants to get rid of it.
It was a joke, but I have a feeling. I bet Bruiser likes some of that stuff that we like.
Oh, I bet you she does. Yeah. I bet she does.
Yeah, I guarantee you she does.
Yeah, she's probably like, what stuff is this?
What do you call that, Jill? It's like AI, scary AI stuff.
Yeah, I like scary AI stuff.
With like little scary kids.
Yeah, and it plays like that creepy music and yeah. And
really what I like about it is the quality of the graphics. We lost Jill again.
But I'm back. Can you hear me?
I hear you now that I let you back in.
It just kicked me, and then I just waited a second, and I came right back. Like you had to let me back in, but yeah. And that was weird because the YouTube also was lagging.
It was what?
Lagging.
I like AI country music. What?
Who said that?
Tip Turtle on TikTok.
Oh, on TikTok. I just can't do the country music.
So no update on the police officer calling my wife. I haven't spoken to the sheriff, but we did get chickens.
Yes, he got chickens.
If you know anything about my history with chickens, you know that's not a good idea. But it wasn't my idea, right? Wasn't my idea. Not that I don't
You
have
said
what?
you said you weren't even going to meet them, and you did.
I didn't really. I
You
told them
did.
not to
You
look
sent
at
me a
me.
picture. They're so cute.
I said, "Don't look at me."
They're so cute. You did say, "Don't look at me." I'm sure you did too.
I did. I had to go out there because my wife's out of town today, and she asked me to go check on them. I was like, "Shit."
Make sure that they're still there. Make sure they're still there.
Yeah, all there, all accounted for. So I opened the box, and I stuck my head in, and one of them turned, and I said, "Don't look at me."
Oh my God.
And then, of course, they all looked at me because, you know,
Yeah.
they don't speak English. And then I closed the box and I left. They're fine. Six chickens.
Them blonde ones are just you got two of them now.
I don't know. I got my phone out and I got my camera ready and I opened the box back up and I stuck the phone in there and snapped a picture of it just to send it to Jill.
Someone said, "Who's the chick?" I don't know. I don't know which one's the chick. There could be some roosters in there too.
So they're safe at the moment, but the dogs are out there. But they're locked up, right? They're in chicken jail or whatever you want to call it.
No, you don't see. Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna stay away from that.
What?
The comment.
What?
The comment Leon made.
I don't know what Leon's talking about. There's no one else here, Leon.
I know. That's what I'm saying. There's no one else here.
You look at the top of the screen, Mr. Global, Jill. That's who's here. Maybe got some background noise or something from somewhere. Maybe you heard something. I don't know.
Right. Right, Christine.
We don't have a great track record, obviously, with chickens, and so that's why I told the chickens not to look at me. Like, don't look at me.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get attached to these chickens. Joe Boo.
I don't want Jill to get attached to the chickens. She was more upset than I was last time when we lost chickens. I thought she was going to cry.
Well, they were so cute, and it is upsetting. But you sent me them pictures, so it's too late now. Well, you sent me that picture. It's too late now. I already picked my favorite ones and everything.
Oh, my God. No, I did not lose them. I had nothing to do with their demise. Those aren't my chickens. I didn't want them. I played no role in their sudden departure from this earth.
Poor things.
Yeah. It's Wilson. Wilson is the culprit.
What part of PA are you in?
Coach Beard, truck safety. Where are you at in PA? I may not be there anymore. Thank you guys for the gifts on TikTok. Yeah, Wilson sees a chicken and he thinks he got a treat. He loves treats. Harrisburg.
Oh, then you're in a good area. That's not too bad.
No, not too bad at all.
Huh.
I've been to Harrisburg. Anyone catch how they offered to pay companies' expenses down to the building cost? So let's review what he said, right? So Besant, is that his name? He came back, or he came out today. I'm going to get Jill back in.
All right. Can you hear me again?
Yes.
I don't know what's going on with the software today.
I don't either. Could be an internet issue. We got really bad weather where I'm at.
Yeah, and we're about to get really bad storms.
I'm turning the Wi-Fi off on my phone. See if it helps the signal on my computer. So Scott Besant, is that his name?
I don't know where we're at. Because I got kicked. So what were we talking
Scott
about?
Besant. What is he? The Treasury Secretary, or I can't remember his position. Anyway, he came out today, and he said companies moving back into the United States can expense their costs. They can expense their building costs and all this other stuff. You could already do that.
Right.
You could already do that. That's not a new thing. Everything he is offering could already be done. And if there's new things he's offering, that would have to be passed by Congress. The Secretary of Treasury, thank you, Jobu. The Secretary of Treasury just can't come out and tell people what they can do and can't do regarding their taxes. That's not how it works. Just like Donald Trump can't come out and tell people you're not going to have to pay income taxes. That's not how it works. But as far as expensing all of the things he's talking about, and he used the word expensing, and that's very important because I understand what expensing is as a business owner. It's a business expense, right? Just like PL just said. You could already write that off. This is not a new thing. And so a lot of people heard that and it went in their ear hole and they thought he meant the government's going to pay for all of these companies to move back in. No. There's a big difference in the government paying for it and you expensing it.
Yes.
Huge difference. One is a check in your hand and one is a tax deduction that you get to take in a year. That is a portion of your cost that simply reduces your taxable income. It's not a check. And it's not near as valuable as a check.
Right.
But yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. But they understand. They understand that people don't understand. That's why they keep saying the dumb shit they say, because they know who their audience is.
Because they'll believe them. That's why, and they know that.
Just like when Donald Trump comes out and says you're not going to have to pay income taxes. Projected revenue from tariffs this year, I believe, was around $70 billion.
Yeah.
to replace those income taxes, they would have to be 2.7 trillion, which is significantly higher than 70 billion.
Yeah.
Donald Trump can't take away your income tax. He can't do that, folks that don't understand. He cannot do that.
No, he can't take away your income tax.
So what do you think is going to happen in a year from now? You think a lot of people just aren't going to file taxes?
I'm thinking that they're going to think they don't have to.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
How much money is that going to cost the U.S. Treasury?
And then there's going to be people who don't file because they're angry, right? You have to file.
Yeah. You better file.
Don't do that, because you're just causing yourself trouble.
They're going to get your money.
One way or another.
They're going to get your money. And if you fight it, they're going to get more of your money.
Yeah. And if you don't file, the following year comes along, they're going to send you a bill. And it's going to be more than what you would have owed in the first place if you owed.
And the penalties are steep.
That's what I mean. It'll be more because of the penalties.
So one year, we had gone on vacation somewhere. I don't remember where. And my wife had won some type of jackpot or something in a casino somewhere. I can't remember what it was. Like $8,000 jackpot. And she lost, since we were on vacation, she lost the paperwork.
Oh, no.
And it didn't get filed with our income taxes that year. It was something that was forgotten about. Income, right? Income that was forgotten about. A couple of years later, we got a letter from the IRS, and we owed them $17,000.
Oh, my God.
For not claiming the $8,000 in income because of the penalties and the interest. I believe the income tax to begin with would have been around $3,000 or somewhere, because it's the maximum taxable rate.
Right.
That ballooned to $17,000.
Holy shit.
Interest and penalties and everything else.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
And I can't remember exactly how much time it was. It was 2 or 3 years, you know. I felt like they allowed that to go on so they could just keep the clock running and keep the tab running.
I feel like that's exactly what they do.
That is what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I believe that is exactly what they do.
And my wife wanted me to appeal it. She's like, "We need to appeal this." And I said, "Nope. I'm not getting put on a list. We're paying this. We're paying it today. Don't do that again."
I'm not to.
There you are.
I'll try not to do that again. No. I just came in at that time. You were talking to your wife. Is that what you told her, not to do it again?
Yeah. Well, she wanted to appeal it. I said, "Nope. We're not appealing anything. We're paying it, and we're getting on with our life."
Yeah.
Because I don't want to end up on a list.
Right.
As you appeal that, those charges are still accruing, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And you're still going to end up paying.
And like Mary said, you may get audited the next year just because of that appeal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly.
Take my money. Take my money.
Yep.
Hi, horror chick. What?
What?
Oh, just a commenter.
Which one?
Okie Girl 17. Taxes are illegal.
That's hilarious. Watch. It's, you know what? Okay, watch. You will see soon. They have been saying that for the last couple days, and you're like, what am I watching for? Because none of this shit is going to happen. None of your conspiracy theories ever happen, and none of this shit's going to happen that you're telling me to watch for.
Mr. Mayhem 45 says taxes is communism.
Oh, communism.
Yeah.
And this must be a TikToker.
Yeah.
I figured.
It is clever, though, how he described his spelling capability in his username with the word mayhem.
Yes.
Because taxes is communism is certainly mayhem, if I ever saw it.
Communism. That's a good one.
Holy cow. Taxes are, not is.
So I have a suggestion for Mayhem and
mayhem.
Mayhem and Okie Girl. I have a suggestion. I have a suggestion for the both of them. Don't pay your taxes next year. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Breathtaking, Clover says.
And then you can watch and see what happens.
Taxes is communism. I guess Trump is a communist then, huh? A tariff is a tax. You understand that, right?
Uh-huh. They might be a couple. They might be.
They probably are.
I'm going to cough if I keep laughing. Okay, I got to take a second here. All right.
Oh, man.
So I like to do my taxes early. I like to get them done and over with and out of the way.
Thank you, Jeff. I did my taxes late.
I know.
I file an extension every year.
Yeah. I don't. I just like to get them done. It's an issue I have.
Mayhem, I don't think even my glasses is going to help me read your shit.
Is he still commenting? I just
Mr.
wish the
Mayhem says,
socialist.
I just wish the socialist government tried to tax my Social Security disability and see what happens.
What? Actually, he said, I just wish the socialist government tries to tax my SSDI and see what happens. Amen, America first. So he wishes for Trump to tax his SSDI?
Yeah, he's upset about the socialist government that he receives a socialist check from potentially being taxed by socialists.
I was just going to say. We got some doozers today.
I think it might be satire.
It has to be. There's no way it's real.
Yeah, he's got a picture of Trump kneeling in front of Jesus.
That has to be satire. Are you satire there, Mayhem?
And his only video.
There it is. Yeah, then that's Charles Manson behind him, not Jesus, by the way. That's Charles Manson behind Trump in that picture. That is not Jesus. They just think it is.
I almost died for your sins. Huh?
Oh my God.
That's the one thing on his page. I almost died for your sins, it says.
But he said he is satire.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Mm-hmm. I almost died for your sins. Jesus. Okay, I keep forgetting that, Joe Boo. I don't know why I forget that all the time. So that is not Jesus behind him in that picture. That is Charles Manson.
Toga says, if you think you're going to convince me that Trump isn't making good choices for the economy, kiss my... And then it ends. Dude, you came into my live.
Are you trying to convince yourself that
I
he's
didn't,
not?
Yeah, I didn't come to you to convince you of anything.
Yeah. I don't. Maybe he's coming here to try to get himself convinced. Like maybe he wants to know the truth.
I think it might be satire as well.
Might be. Or a bot. He's going to make China pay. Oh, yeah, that's definitely satire. Because we all know that isn't true.
Wayne says, all I know is I bought Popeyes for 2 people and it was $14. That's different. I don't think I've ever eaten at Popeyes. Is that more or less than it would normally cost? I have no idea what this person is saying.
Me neither. Here, I'll give you a little bit of corn too. Come on, people. Helping me this goal. Share and like the live. Let's get him to 10K.
Thank you guys. You're the best. West Michigan unleaded $3.39 a gallon. That seems about right. Avian flu chickens sold at Popeyes for half price. Yes. Can you fry the avian out of a chicken?
I don't know.
Can you get the avian out of the chicken, please? Gas is $2.57 at my local station. It's $2.69 about 3 blocks away at another one. Thank you, Chef. Thank you so much. I bet Jill's gas is about $3.60.
Let me look.
Thank you, Rob.
Choose AAA. 359.9.
Ah, what did I say?
360.
Oh, man.
And that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Actually, 361, 364 in some of the areas.
Utah gas is
362.
$3.39. What do we have? Another 11 months to wait on the gas prediction I made at the specific gas station. Didn't you write that down?
Did I write that down?
You did. You wrote it down in your notebook. Someone asked me to predict the gas at a specific station by where they live. Remember that, like a month ago?
I do remember that. Little Rock.
Yes.
269 in 6 months. So it was
Little
6
Rock.
months. I didn't write down what day it was, though.
Oh, okay.
Damn. I forgot to write down what day it was. Well, that was not very bright. But it was 6 months. So it was about a month ago.
Pre-tariff.
Yep.
So gas is likely to be cheaper than I predicted. Alberta is going to become a state? No, you're not. No, you're not.
No. And why would you ever want to be a state from here? Why? We have no health insurance.
They think they're going to get rich.
Out the ass. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Because, that's not going to happen. I don't even want to be a state, okay? I don't even want to be a state. I want to be a part of Canada.
I've seen content from people in Alberta that think that they should be getting rich because of all of the oil that's produced there. I hate to tell you, but the only people that get rich off of the oil are the people that own it. You don't get none of that. I don't know why you would think you get a piece of that. You don't get none of that.
We reached 10K.
We did?
And yes, we did. And Alberta is on Indigenous land, so yeah, that couldn't even happen anyway.
Nah, I don't know.
No, it is.
What would that really mean?
It's their land.
No, I mean if they became a state.
It would mean it would suck for them.
We'd probably have another NFL team to kick the shit out of.
Probably. Yes, I live in a commonwealth. It's still a state.
I don't know why anyone in Canada would want to be a state in the United States, because you currently get all the benefits of living in Canada and get to make all the money you would make in the United States. Like, I don't understand that. Kind of got the best of both worlds. You know, you have access to our military, right?
think that's a good thing.
There's nothing to gain by being a state. I mean,
No,
if you want to give it a go, but I'm telling you, there's nothing for you if that happens.
absolutely nothing. It's Joe Blue. Joe Blue.
Joe
If I
Blue?
could talk today. It's Joe Blue blocking people.
I don't know.
Are
Joe
you getting
Boo's
them, Joe Boo?
Joe Boo's just doing whatever Joe Boo's got to do.
Oh, yeah, he is.
And educating people on EVs. I learn a lot about obscure EV models that I don't know about from Jobu.
Oh, he's threatening people. Okay.
My mute thumb has got game. I don't have a mute thumb. What, Bruiser? What has Jobu sent you? I must know.
Joe Boo is just out here trying to figure out how much gross shit he can send me. Oh boy.
I must know, Bruiser. Tell me. Jobu, what have you done? What have you done?
Yeah, Joe Boo, what?
Nothing yet, but he asked where the line was. Well, yeah, you got to know where the line is.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll send you some next time I run into him.
you'll love
Bruiser.
it. You'll love it, Bruiser.
Yeah.
She will. I truly believe she will.
I think she will.
I do too. The first time I ever saw it, I shared it with Jill like instantly. It was the first thing that popped in my head. Oh, Jill would love this.
And I did.
I'll send it to you right now, Bruiser.
Oh, nice. He's going to send you some. Now you'll have an idea of what we're watching.
Yeah, I'm going to send it right now. Where's Bruiser?
Are you not following her?
Of course I'm following her. She just wasn't in one of my like
Showing
top.
up. Yeah.
There. I just sent you one. I'm going to send you a good one. Where's the one with the kid with the hole in her head? That's a good one.
That is a good one. That's a really good one. Yes, it altered my FYP.
It did?
Yeah, I get a lot of that stuff now.
Okay, Bruiser, I just sent you a couple. Let us know what you think.
Yes, we are, Navy vet.
We are what?
He said, are we sending corn again?
Holy cow, I got 614. Wow. Pete says, thankfully, he has no goat corn yet. What do you mean, thankfully? I think you misspelled unfortunately.
My God.
Come on, Pete, get it together. I just heard Pete's voice say, unfortunately, I have no goat corn.
Yes.
Hello, Rob. Thank you for the corn. I'm being flooded with corn currently.
Uh-huh. All you got to do is send one or two, and then everybody will start sending it. It's getting to 15K.
Don't cross the border with that? What are they talking about?
I'm sorry, I was sneezing. What? Don't cross the border with what? Corn?
So after the final writings were counted, it looks like Liberals are short 3 seats for a majority.
Yes, definitely do another thumbs up since the reboot.
Oh my God.
The comments today. Oh, Christine, the corn is just on TikTok. Like you can send corn gifts and you can't say the other word. So people use corn. There's all kinds of things that goes with the corn. Just say corn and add a P instead of a C, you know.
Yeah, so Christine, when someone gives you an ear of corn, what is that, Jill, like a penny? Or is it even a penny? It might be like 1/10 of a penny, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's like a gift. It's like a if a super chat was an emoji, I guess, maybe, or something like that. But different things have different values. So it's like a gift, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Bruiser. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah, Bruiser did. Monkey Boots says, I don't even think it's a penny. Pete says it cashes out at half a penny. Okay.
Well, it used to cash out at half a penny. Now there's going to be tariffs on it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's tariffs on the corn. That'll come out of my end, I'm sure.
Uh-huh. Most likely.
I think most of us just take the stuff we're given and share it with other creators. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
People send me corn and I disperse it out. I send one to Jill every day, no matter what.
Yes. So Amazon, they won't be showing that. They back down because they're afraid of him.
You can trade it for a Trump meme coin. Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's lovely. So, Mary Brown, I don't know how close it was in the end. I didn't look. I know you're not talking to me, but I'm just saying. I'm curious of how close it was.
Hi, Jay Lee. Did you answer Pete about your bread maker, Jill?
No, what did Pete say? I didn't.
He asked
I
if
didn't
your
see
bread
it.
maker came in yet.
Yes, it did. It came in today. And hi, Jaylee. Yes, it did. Right before we started the live, I was able to bring it in the house.
Thank you, Apollo. All right, Jill, let's wrap it up. I got to go do something.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
I got stuff to do too. That's why I said
Sounds
that.
good to me. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us today, hanging out with us, the gifts, and everything else. I really appreciate it. What is today?
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that has any significance at all. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. Bye.
I can't stop the live if you're gifting. Thank you so much, Chef Rafe. Rafe? Is it Rafe or Raffy? All right.